So I want to just cover the bases in this first video. I have examples that come as tutorials on the top of the application. I'm gonna go over what is kind of covered in the E01 Basics. There are also options in the top right. When you're done with the example and you don't want to see them anymore, you can hide them. In the first example, it's just, how to use the currencies, but I'm just gonna clear it out. I'm gonna show you how to start. So a base, you can just drag a base in or just click on it. And then let's say this is a fuzzy find, you can get the base quite quickly. And let's say I want to start with a bow. And then if I want to make the bow and apply a currency, I can either drag the currency on top. So this is something you can do. Then you can select, let's do a perfect transmute. And the target is the affix we are looking for. And the other handle is, if no target is hit. If there are no targets, this is the only option. And you can see sometimes there are no targets in case of, if you're using an essence, you're just using an essence. Let's say I want to get physical tier 2. And now it shows me the odds. I think this is the advanced view. It's enabled by default. At the moment, it's just show that this odd. So this is the handle to when you hit physical damage at least tier 2. So it can be tier 2 or tier 1. It is 1.7%. And the miss is the other handle. Let's say that if we hit, we are done. The end node is what can measure a bit when the item is done, is ready. I just added a few colors for the end card because let's say it's not the perfect outcome, but it's something you can sell. This is just for you to identify as a yellow, as a suboptimal goal. But let's say this is our best scenario, whatever. If we miss, we want to maybe augment. For the next step, we can apply an augmentation when we miss. So if we don't hit the fizz damage, try to augment. Let's do perfect again. And then let's try again. Did we hit the fizz 2? At this point, if we get it here, we might say, okay, we want to connect here. So we have a bow that has fizz. And in the case we miss, let's say this is another ending node, whatever we throw. Let's say we throw the item away. We can just, let's say we call it a brick. Node can also be compacted. So this compactor node, this is useful sometime when you are doing stuff that doesn't really matter. I mean, in this case, you might want to keep it up, but let's say you just desecrate the node, you just can compact it, or you're just, doing a random null, it doesn't matter. It can, keep these things a bit cleaner. Another thing that you can do is also change the base. You can start with a magic base. So if it's magic, even without affix, you can augment it directly. You can also start with, a base that has already something. So then this is your base. The value of the base is something you can set as an estimate for the cost, because let's say you are fracturing and you are breaking a base, so that's gonna compound in the cost of the craft. But if you don't care about that to start with, you can just leave it like this. So another thing that is important to understand in this example, again, the target is fizz and you have 1.7% to hit that. But let's say I also add crit chance. Now those are two separate targets. So one occur at 1.7%, the other almost at 1%, and neither at 97%. So in this case, if I connect this way, those are two separate paths in case the crafting here needs to be split up. Something that you can do is also, if you want either of those two, you can connect two into the same. You see now the percentage sums because this is an OR. So it's one or the other. This is the same as doing this. You can select OR here and adding another one. This is exactly the same, but now they are not splittable. in case it's just cleaner if you want to have something like this. If you want an AND, I mean, in this case with one augment you can't, but you know, this is an AND, this cannot happen. Let's say we augment, we don't check the target here, we then augment here, and now here we can check what is the chance to have a crit. And this is very low, right? Obviously, now you're just YOLOing 2 and you expect to have both. So this is the end part. You can have, you know, different one if you add. What about having crit damage bonus? Sorry, crit damage bonus here. So those are different paths. So those are basically ORs. So there is a 2% chance that it has the crit bonus, and 007 that has both Fizz tier 2 and critical hit damage. Something also that I want to quickly show is that you can select the connection here, and you can disconnect and reconnect by hovering like just a little bit in front, and this will basically pick up the one that is selected. You can also just press delete to delete one connection. Same with the card, you can just press delete.